How's everybody doing? This is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that I don't have in my hands now, but I have a lot to share, so I will do the smoking later. We are really excited. We are really excited with our first visit to Vegas PCA 2022, and we have a lot to share. We want to plasma what happened now, rather we are fresh, that you remember everything that happened, so we can go back in 90 days and recap. So first of all, I want to thank my team. They did an excellent job. Kat and Sewell, James Collin, they did an excellent job getting everything ready. I feel completely released of anything that I had to do with putting the show together. They did an excellent job. There was nothing that you can see in the stage or the area that we were that we can thought of, oh wow, this could be better done, or it was perfect. People that were walking by, they see the stage, the booth, and they will go, are you sure this is your first time? And I go, yes, why? Share with me why you think it's not my first time. Well, because everything is so well done that it looks like you guys been doing it for quite some time. So thank you to my amazing team. They did an excellent job, and they made it a lot easier for me to be able to share the passion that we have for the brand with everybody else, because there was no worries about any putting together the stage or missing this, missing that. It was perfect, well done. Thank you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. So now I'm gonna introduce some of the team and let them share their experience, so at the end I can continue sharing with you guys how was it for me. So we have James Collin in here, and he's gonna kind of share how he felt with the people that knew the brand, how they reacted when they saw that we were there, PCA, and the people that didn't knew about us, but they were pretty impressed with the cigars construction and how well we're done. Jimmy, share with us, please.
Yeah, my favorite part was people would come up and they would say, Maceda, I've never heard of Maceda. And so I would start talking with them, and then they wanted more. So then I'd bring them over and I'd show them the cigars, and then they loved it. And then they were like, I love your story. I love the story, I love the passion, I love everything.
Do you think it was easy for us to share? Do you feel like you had to make up anything, or it was something pretty simple?
No, I was going with the flow, kind of like what we do here. I was just, telling the...
You felt that you were inside of the store?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was, the reaction, everyone was, at first they were like, who are you, tell me, and then once I told them about us and once they saw the product, I loved it. I can't tell you how many times people said, I love your story. I love your story. So it was pretty amazing.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. It wasn't like I felt like I needed to be everywhere. I felt so comfortable with you guys being in there that because there was no rehearsal or anything, because we've been doing it forever in the shop. So I felt great. Sometimes I kind of hide to let you guys shine because you guys were doing an excellent job. I didn't have to go every time someone was talking to a client and correct anybody or add on. You guys had it.
Well, adding on to that, it was great having you there because I would explain and then people wanted a little more and I'd say, well, hold on a second. Let me introduce you to Yanko, and then you would come over. It was like perfect timing. You would come over and then just close it right there with the complexity of the cigar. They wanted to know a little bit more, and it was perfect. Everything worked out perfect. In my view, it did. So
no doubt. Thank you, Jimmy. I know you have a lot of stuff to do. I appreciate being on board.
All right. No, you're welcome.
And we really enjoy it, and I'm counting on you next year.
Oh, yeah.
How are you guys? Back in here, we have Zach Nicolaos. He's our guru, our social media, IT, content creator, so many things. And he made it a lot easier for us to make sure that we were covered, that we have a perfect cover in the show. People were talking beautiful about the brand because of the amazing job that he did prior to the show and in the show. We were all impressed. We haven't had a time to sit down with him, but when he left, everybody was talking about what an amazing job he did, how comfortable we felt, that our princess, it was all over the show because of his good work. Thank you, Zach. Thank you very much. And then I have my star right here on my left, Lorena Maceda. She was incognito in the show. Everybody, some people would look at her badge and go, well, but your last name is the same as as the brand.
To the brand, yeah.
I seen my lovely wife in action many times. I seen it in action. She's in real estate, and she does an amazing job. The most rewarding thing for her is feeling like a superhero every time she helps someone in their field. And I seen her working sometimes, a lot of times in the beginnings in my shop, helping customers, but I never saw her shining so much, being so proud that in this show. I would say that, 70% of the people that we stop, I'm not counting the people that came to the show, the people that we stopped, I would say 65%, 70%, it was my lovely wives. Will you mind sharing with us how was the experience for you?
Well, it was, at first, of course, overwhelming. The show is so big and you kind of feel intimidated at first. But been with the guy for over 10 years, the passion and the drive, he's pretty much transferred that over to me. So once I kind of broke the ice, it was a piece of cake. Because it's not something that I just learned or that we kind of have to fake. You guys have seen how passionate he is about what he does and how in love he is with everything that we do here, or what they do. That it was coming from a place that it's been, I was amazed by how easy the story was easy to tell. Like I said, we share our lives together, and every single night I have to hear about all the struggles, the blood and the tears, and it's taken so long to bring the brand here that I know the story. And like Jimmy was saying, telling the story was the easiest part because it's not something that we're making up. It's something that we've pretty much lived since the beginning. And most of us, this team has been with Yanko since pretty much the early stages. So we've all seen the growth. We've all seen everything, that's every single milestone. So I think it was easy for us to share. Like I said, once you get to know how amazing my husband is and how much passion he can transmit when he tells the story of the brand and what he does and what he wants to accomplish, it's pretty much easy to relay the message. So that's.
Thank you. How was your experience when you stop people and they keep saying no, later, we're looking for someone, and they will come back minutes later saying, I was looking for you guys.
It was, yeah. I've been in sales for a long time, and it's something that I really enjoy. I've been doing real estate for quite some time, but before that, I was working for a food distributor. and you learn to do cold calling. So pretty much initiating the point of contact. You have to start getting, clients don't come to you. You have to initiate the process. And it was kind of easy for me to, I'm not shy. So it's easy for me to, like I said, stop someone and just get them involved. We all laughed because for me, I kind of made it fun. Like, hey, are you looking for me? Are you lost? Let me show you what we have. Let me share with you. And it was just, I was having fun. Like, my body's pretty much still shot. It's still so tired, but my heart is full of gratitude and joy because of everything that we were able to accomplish. And yeah, it's every single person that I saw walk by the booth, I saw it as an opportunity for me to share what we do, what he's been doing for 15 years. So it was like every single one. I didn't care if they were employees of the venue, if they were another exhibitor. I pretty much made it a point to say hello to everyone that I saw that walked by the booth. And yeah, it's just, you have to create the opportunities. So.
Thank you. Everyone, there was the exhibitors around us. I remember the beginning, they were kind of asleep mode, and when they saw you, when they saw Jimmy, everybody, Zach, Karen, when they saw us that we were all standing since the get-go, and then we're moving and talking to people, they said, "Wow, we're doing something wrong. Let's get up and get action." So I thank you. You did amazing. You really surprised me. I guess this many years being next to me, with the struggles, celebrating my achievements because you've been an amazing support in every way. From the morning, waking up, going to the gym together, from when I get home at night. And you kind of sense how things are, and you just do your thing and give me some space to air, to ventilate. Thank you. And I hope I count on you for the next show because you did amazing. Thank you very much. Love you, sweetheart. So Zach, not last, my friend. There's how was your experience? Is this something, because I know you done things similar for other brands, but I think this was the first one on cigars.
For sure, yeah.
Cigars.
It was definitely my first time with any kind of tobacco, really selling products. Usually I have a marketing degree, so I do a lot of marketing now, and it was interesting to see the other side of it, and I was super excited. I've been working with Yanko for 4 years now, and we've always talked about going to Vegas and doing PCA, and it finally came to life, and I was so excited to be invited. So it was a huge opportunity for me, and I think we did a really great job out there.
Oh my God.
I think it was one of the coolest moments was we're kind of standing around, guy comes by and he goes, "I see what you're doing on social media, and that's why I'm here." And that's really kind of like got the goosebumps, and I was like, all the hard work we've been doing for 4 years, we do a live every Sunday, he's here every Sunday working hard, it finally paid off, and it felt good, it felt really good that, all the hard work, it paid off, and I couldn't be more excited to work with a brand like this. Yanko always just wants to take it to the next level, and he always wants to do it with me through social, and it makes me proud because no one really believes what you do sometimes, and when you see the other side of it, it just feels good.
Yeah, no doubt, and it's like anything in life. People, when they see the success, they want to be part of it right away, but they don't know how many years it took. And then you've been working 4 years with a brand. Next thing you know, because we start hitting success at another level, next thing you know, everybody wants to hang out with Zach. Everybody wants Zach's input, but they don't know it took many years to get here, many years. How important you feel it was need for us to have presence, for us to be active right there with social media in the show? Do you think it was something that it was a most that every brand should do?
Absolutely. I mean, if you guys aren't doing social media, you're definitely missing out on a huge opportunity. And I think the biggest sign of it was that, we were putting out posts every day, and we had people commenting from big cigar brands giving us support, and it just shows that we kind of set a bar, and everyone wants to kind of be there with us. And that feels good, because if we can change something in the cigar industry, whether it's social media or just doing marketing, it feels good. And I think the more we do it, the better we get. And this show really proved that. Maybe it's our first year, but like Yanko said, he's been doing this for a long time, so he has the experience, and I think we just have to grow with it. And it was interesting, because I feel like you get out there, you feel out the area, you feel the space out, and you see that not everyone has the same passion as you do, and it shows right away. And I think it's interesting to see how far you've come, and it was really nice to see it on a grand stage like PCA.
Thank you very much. I have reflected a lot in the matter of I'm pretty observative. I'm always daydreaming, and I pay attention a lot to the different brands, the cigars, how it was executed, and from the stage to social media, we look like we've been doing it for 20 years, and it's that persistency, constantly searching, looking how we can change an industry. You want to become successful in an industry, you better change it. Don't keep doing the same thing that has been done. Do that has worked, and bring something new to the table if you want to be successful in any industry. And that's what we're all about. We know that our product is cigars, but we never forget that we're here to serve others, and how can we serve them with a better experience. Part of that better experience is having a good product. Do you felt that you felt that we did something pretty genuine, that we were not really pushing ourselves, that we're just covering what's happening?
Yeah, I think the telltale sign of like knowing that we're doing the right thing and it's working is we have clients, well, not potential clients that we've connected with. Can you send me that picture? Can you send me the picture of me and you together? And they're so proud to showcase us, and that relationship that we've built, that we're getting text messages. Karen's got
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. It's,
3 days.
I want the photo. I want the photo. So it shows that we're making that genuine relationship, and they want to showcase that, and that tells everything. From there, that they really care, and we really care.
We did, and it was our first show. 125 legitimate scan leads. 125 of people that we talked to, and they were pretty interested in the brand. 125, I think, for the first show, that's a lot. Wow. 5 orders. 5 orders, it was 31 boxes. The amount of people that you can sense, because we are brand new to them. They took the price sheet, they took all the information they could, and I can see on their eyes going back, looking at their shelf and saying, where can we put Maceda? Who can we move so we can put Maceda in there? So it's important that another 90 days I do something else like this and cover how much we develop on those 90 days from that show. I think we haven't done the numbers, but I think we are at $25,000 invested on the show. But I learned in business that you don't calculate, you don't do the math right away. You don't do the math with things like that. You invest right away. Anything, advertising, social media, you got to see in a period of 6 months, a year. So we're going to do great notes to see before the second show how much we accomplished from this first one. Since day 2, it was a 3-day show. Since day 2, I already felt I felt satisfied. Absolutely. Because how people felt of us, how people were talking about the brand. People took the time to come back, 2 or 3 guys, to say, wow, what a cigar, what a cigar. So I'm more than happy. I felt that this needed to be done. I'm not going to say, years ago, I think it was at the right time, but it was needed to be done. I was in Nicaragua prior to going to the show, talking to people in the industry, and someone well known in the industry, and I respect his opinion because he's in a place now that he doesn't need a show. But he kind of put me down because, Yanko, you're just going to go there to waste your time, your money. You better don't do that. I'm so glad that we pulled the trigger and did it, because it was needed. It was needed.
I couldn't be happier. And the last thing I'll say is I think that the reason why it's so successful for what we do on social and why it works is because of your branding. And if people understand that, Yanko understands branding, and the reason why the Maceda line has done so well on social is because it's just, he knows what he wants and he doesn't question it. And it's like, once you have that strong brand, it's like Apple, it's like Microsoft, it sells itself. And but you have to have a good quality product. And that's why when you have both of those things, it's over.
Yeah, and to have quality product, you really have to be honest about what you're doing. I got the sense in the show from many different companies, which I don't see nothing wrong with it. This is a capitalist system. But I saw many companies that if you put sandals, they will move sandals the same way they were advertising cigars.
Yep.
You understand?
Of course.
Because when I look at the product, when I see how it's burning, when I saw customers putting it down to try one of us, I said, well, they're selling sandals. They're not really selling, and that makes a huge difference. I bump into people in the industry, one of them, that I comment about my pricing, I comment about how much I enjoy my brand as a boutique, how much I enjoyed working with you, spending time with the family, spending time at the shop. And I mentioned that I believe I can do it because I keep things boutique. I'm not always that I need to make a lot of product. And he says, Yanko, keep it like that as long as you can, because as soon as you start discounting your product to move a lot of product, to see more money, that's when you start making a lot of mistakes. I know a lot of people at this moment right now that their phone is always ringing, emails, and they can answer because they don't have a product. And because they started so low, they need to do more to be able to see money. So keep your quality, your high quality cigars, so you can get paid for the value, for the cost of the cigar. And that way, when you continue growing, to be boutique, so you can really enjoy it. And it was like an affirmation, because many people have said this, have shared the same message. I can remember the only one that I remember clearly, because he said it in the beginning. It was Gustavo Cura from Oliva Tobacco. He said it right in the beginning. Yanko, I know many people that when they were small, they were having a lot of fun. They were really passionate about the product. Sure. As soon as it started growing, so we need to avoid that. We need to avoid that to a point that we will get to a point in Vegas that when someone says, I'm from Pennsylvania, we will have a map of Pennsylvania. We will have a map of Texas and see on which area we still have room for another retailer. Yeah. I pray to God that that's how we're doing it. When we see that a state is already not kind of booked because we have 100 stores, but from one store to the other, you can drive an hour and get us cigars. I'm not going to put anything closer. Right. If you really, really want to have the Maceda brand, you will drive at least 45 minutes to get it. Yeah. I don't want 5 minutes or 10 minutes in between stores. I don't want it. My biggest mentors is Padron. That's my biggest mentor since day one. Since I learned that Padron only does around 10 million cigars a year, that's it, for the last 50 years, I said, that's the guy I want to be. That's the guy I want to be, because I don't want to rush it. I want to enjoy it. I want my clients to have an experience, not just smoke a cigar.
Well, I think the one thing you said that resonated with me was you'd rather have 100 people that love it instead of 1,000 people that like it. And it's the truth, and it shows.
That was something mentioned by Steve Stamberger, my other mentor, since the beginning. Yanko, you want to have 100 people who love what you do instead of 1,000 people who like it. And because people who like what you do, probably they can like it because of pricing. Yeah. Probably they can like it because it's affordable for everybody. But that's not what I'm aiming for. I want 100 people that they can afford it and they love it. They love it. So to do that type of to build that kind of clientele, you got to be doing excellent job. For instance, my great friend Ken Golf, when I was in the show, he sent me pictures of the big torpedo Connecticut. That I also present the issue of one of the fillers to kind of have a stem of the leaf, and it was pointy. I had it with two, and I said, well, probably it's my bundle. He had it with two. He sent me the pictures, and he doesn't feel bad doing it because he loves what I do. So he wants me to keep doing better. I'm already opening a few, see what's the situation, and talking to Raymond. I also, now that I mentioned Raymond, I also want to give a big percentage of this success to Raymond Page's Tabacalera Pages. Esteli, Nicaragua, that we have built such a relationship in 2 years, and it feels like it's been around that relationship for 100 years, and it's going to be around for another 100 years for the next generation. Raymond is really passionate about what he does, and it shows on my product. We were able to sit down and say, Raymond, this is what I'm looking for. This is my blend. If you feel you can tweak it a little bit, fine, but this is what I'm aiming for. And I think he did a lot better than what I thought. He surpassed my palate, my vision of what I was looking for. Thank you Raymond. Gracias Raymond, hermano. Tuvimos un show increíble y definitivamente un porcentaje muy grande ha sido ese trabajo tan bueno que tú hiciste, Gracias Raymond de todo corazón. My friend, do I count on you next year?
Of course.
Yes?
Be
Sure?
delighted.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, it feels good because we're going to be successful again next year. Thank you, sir.
I can't wait.
Thank you very much.
Swap around.
It was a lot of work on those 3 days. A lot of work. My wife, Karen, we have plans to do things later, to go to the Grand Canyon, to do this, to do that. But when we finished 8 hours standing, talking to people, the body was asking for a shower and bed. That's it. We were so tired, so drained, but really happy. Every day that it went by, we felt the momentum. We felt how good things were going because the amount of support that we got from people that not even knew about the brand, and the ones that knew about the brand, they'll make sure to let us know. They'll make sure to say, yes, I have your cigars. Your cigars are amazing. I've been in your shop. I have your coffee. I want to talk to Karen. I want Karen to take care of me because Karen even take care of them before with coffee. Wow. It felt amazing. It felt good because of that brand recognition. I'm gonna repeat it again. There was like 2 or 3 guys that they look at the stage, and we say, yeah, this is the first time PCA. Say, no way. It looks like you guys been here many years. I said, no, which is well executed. We got ourselves prepared, and we did great. And once we were in that 20 by 10, we felt like we were at the shop. We were talking to everybody, acknowledge everybody who was crossing on our way, and think about it, that we were all the way in the left. Basically, for people to get to that end, they were pretty or athletic, or they were really into cigars because everybody else would just stay in the center. So we would do our best for next year and the next year and the next year to get closer to the middle, where most of the traffic. But I'm extremely happy. 125 really good leads that they even been texting back saying how they love the cigars. My wife says if we get 20% of that 125, that will be 25 stores. And I know that in 90 days to 6 months, we will have a lot more than 25 stores from that visit to the PCA. Wow, I know after I finish, I will have more things to mention, but we can do it for next Sunday. I think I'm going back to Nicaragua on August. I have a lot of work in Nicaragua. Every time I think of Nicaragua and I see the amount of work, I go into the surveillance cameras and they see how much equipment and stuff I have on the first floor to organize. Woo, I get tired. I haven't started yet and I already get tired. And I have to make sure that it's not just myself doing all the work. I need to find help. I need at least 3-4 guys, hire 2 or 3 guys and help me out to put everything together because it will be a lot of work. So I think we will finish the year in Nicaragua, putting the box shop together. You see, it's important that I mention this because things come into mind. We got 3 clients. My wife, my lovely wife, got 3 clients at the show that they want to start the boxes yesterday. They saw our boxes. My wife was asking everybody, sharing with everybody that besides making our own cigars in Nicaragua, we also make our packaging, our boxes. And we picked up 3 clients that they want to do boxes. These were stores. These were cigar brands that they were just walking by, seeing how beautiful we did the stage, how beautiful packaging. And my wife says, by the way, even though you are a brand, we also can do your boxes. Oh my God, they went crazy. When they realized that our boxes doesn't have any metal, we don't really need from anybody else. We just need plywood, paint, and glue, and my magic lazy machine. They said, you know what? Where can we do business? This many. I can send you my logo. I said, yeah, send me the logo to this email, and we start working on it. So 3 potential clients to start making boxes in Estelí, Nicaragua, right away. We had 4 distributors all over the brand. 4 or 5 distributors all over the brand. They said they were following us in social media, and they wanted to have the opportunity to meet him there in Vegas. One of them, it was from Mexico. They have there's 5 importer licenses in Mexico for tobacco, and they had the last one, number 5. There's 2 sons and a dad. Well, of course, we were able to speak Spanish, and they felt home. They felt welcomed. My wife, myself, Karen, we were talking to them in Spanish, and they said they've been following us, and they saw the brand. We give them cigars, and they were amazed, seeing us physically, and also touching the cigars, trying the cigar. Their dad started a cigar, and he was going crazy. They said they definitely want to do business with us. I said, I'm ready. Let me know. We can ship from the U.S. or we can ship from Estelí. We met with a guy from the Middle East, Ashi, and then again, same thing. He was following us. We went into Instagram, and yes, he was following us, and we were following him. He rather have their cigars export from here, from the U.S. because of some taxation, and he was all over. All the distributors were asking the same thing. How many cigars can I make a year? I said, well, we making 350 a year, but from those 350, 100,000 is for my store and my website. In the past years, we've been moving between 100 to 120,000 cigars a year. So I have to guarantee my client first before I start wholesaling. They said, well, that is all. I said, how many are you intending? So everybody's in between 500,000 cigars to 1 million cigars. So I said, well, we will grow gradually. For me, it's not a numbers game. For me, it's about building experiences for our clients. So we see how we do this year, and then next year I will get to 400,000 cigars a year. We had a gentleman from China. He grows tobacco in China. He was all over my brand. He said if he can invite me to China so I can see his fields, if there's any way to do some of my cigars with a little bit of Chinese tobacco. And I said, well, it will be a matter of me trying the Chinese tobacco, sitting down with Raymond, myself, something that is up to my palate, my sensitive palate, and see how we can blend some of your Chinese tobacco. And he had beautiful fields, good looking tobacco, and he was fermenting too. I had also a distributor from Malaysia, and they were all asking the same thing, how many cigars I can make. I had a sense that for them it was quantity, and I would try to stay away from that. Thank you to Cigar Rob from Cigar Talk. Rob, thank you very much. At least 5 stores approached the booth. 1 store from Pennsylvania and another 4 from Texas, and they all knew how successful we are in Abilene, Texas. So they want to do business with us. They took the cigar.